It was supposed to be a simple weekend trip. 4 friends, Ethan, Rachel, Mark, and Lisa, set off for Black Hollow Forest, a place known for its haunting legends. Locals warned them never to take the old northern trail, but adventure called, and they ignored the warnings. As they ventured deeper, the trees grew unnaturally dense, and the forest floor became eerily quiet. No birds, no insects. A faint whisper rustled through the leaves, but when they turned around, no one was there. That night, as they sat by the campfire, Mark joked, "Maybe the spirits of Black Hollow don't like visitors." Rachel laughed, but then they heard it. Footsteps in the distance. Heavy, slow, measured. Ethan shone his flashlight into the trees, but the beam seemed to swallow into the darkness. Then Lisa gasped, "Guys, the trees moved." The others turned, but nothing seemed different, just silent, towering trees. The next morning, they decided to head back, but the trail was gone. No signs of footprints, no broken twigs, no way out. The trees had shifted overnight, creating a maze of endless woods. Rachel's compass spun wildly. Ethan checked his phone. No signal. "This isn't right," Lisa whispered, gripping her backpack tightly. Then a low growl echoed between the trees. Mark pointed, his face pale. "There! Did you see that?" Between the trees, eyes, dozens of them, glowed like burning embers. Not animal eyes, not human. The shadows between the trees stretched and twisted, forming tall, thin figures with hollow faces. They weren't alone. Something was hunting them. They ran. Through tangled branches, over fallen logs, their breath ragged. The forest seemed to shift around them, leading them in circles. Every time they stopped, the whispers grew louder, a chorus of voices repeating their names. Lisa tripped and screamed as shadowy hands reached for her ankles. Ethan pulled her up just in time, but when they turned to find Rachel, she was gone. Her screams echoed, then silence. They followed the sound, their flashlights flickering. Then they saw it. Rachel standing perfectly still in the middle of a clearing. Her eyes were pitch black. Her lips twisted into a slow, unnatural smile. "You shouldn't have come here," she whispered in a voice that was not hers. Behind her, the shadows loomed closer. The trees finally parted, revealing the trail, the way out. Mark and Lisa sprinted toward it, but Ethan hesitated, looking back at Rachel. Then, she lunged at him. Her mouth opened unnaturally wide, letting out a deafening, inhuman screech. Ethan ran, heart pounding, as the forest collapsed behind them, the shadows closing in. The moment they crossed the threshold, silence fell. They turned. The trail was gone. Rachel was gone. Only the whispering trees remained, watching. Days later, Ethan and Lisa sat in a diner, still shaken. Mark, pale and distant, whispered, "We left Rachel behind." Then, the radio on the counter crackled to life, full of static and whispers. "You left me behind." The diner lights flickered. The wind outside carried laughter that wasn't there, and through the diner window in the darkened woods beyond,